Welcome to the Diary of the 1%, a podcast for those who refuse to settle for the ordinary and are determined to live a life of excellence. If you have ever wondered what sets top achievers apart from the rest, you are in the right place. My name is Rachael Wilson and I am your host. This is episode 13 of this podcast. And today we are going to be talking about a powerful topic, so often overlooked yet so essential to making great men and women: mentorship. If you have ever wondered why some people rise faster, see clearer, or make fewer mistakes in the journey of their life, you will find your answer here. Today's episode is titled The Power of Mentorship, and we are going deep. We will share stories, insight, and timeless wisdom. We will look at mentorship from the lens of a man who has mentored me, the late Dr. Mike Morrow, whose teaching continues to shape millions. What is mentorship? If you have no mentor in your life, then you are an experiment, says Dr. Miles Morrow. Mentorship isn't just guidance. It's not just advice over coffee. It's a relationship of transference of wisdom, experience, mistakes, characters, and mindset passed from one generation to another. Dr. Miles Morrow once said, true success is not measured by what you have done, but by what you have done for others. And mentorship is the highest way to do something for another person. A mentor sees your future and commits to helping you grow into it, whether it's spiritual, business, career, marriage, or personal life. Mentorship is a shortcut to greatness. It saves you from unnecessary failure, accelerates your path, and gives you access to what you have never learned alone. Let's look at the story of a very powerful man in Nigeria, and that is Bishop Oyedepo. Let me take you to Nigeria. Bishop David Oyedepo, founder of Winners Chapel, is one of the most influential voices in ministry and leadership in Nigeria and even Africa and in the world at large. But before the planes, before the buildings you see today, before the global crusade, he was just a passionate young man, hungry for more. He entered into Archbishop Benson Idahosa, a spiritual giant, a man who shaped Christianity across the continent. Oyedepo pursued him, served him, sat with him, and drank deeply from his well of wisdom. From one of the stories I read, I read that he travels to different countries just to ensure that he's at Archbishop's meeting. He would sit, take notes, ask questions, and most importantly, observe. Today, when Oyedepo speaks, you hear echoes of Idahosa's faith, fire, and boldness. That is mentorship. Once man's ceiling becomes another man's floor. They hold you by the hand, walk you through the journey they've gone through, ensure you avoid every mistake they themselves made. That is how powerful mentorship is. Dr. Miles Morrow taught that the greatest act of leadership is mentoring. If what you have built dies with you, you are a failure. True leadership creates successors, not followers. He was mentored himself. One of his key mentors was Dr. Ora Roberts, a man of faith and influence. Mike studied under him, worked closely with him, and that shaped his worldview about leadership and purpose. He also mentored many men and women who now lead movements globally. His philosophy was simple. You don't just own your gift, it is your service. Your impact should outlive you. Mentorship is proof that you care about legacy. If you truly care about leaving a legacy, if you truly care about your investments, your businesses, your career, and any other thing you have done outliving you, then you have to take mentorship serious. Mentors do not give you fish. They teach you how to fish. And sometimes they show you where the river is. Let me get personal a little. I remember the season in my life where I was completely lost in my calling. I had the fire, the ideas, the dream, but no structure, no clarity. Until I found someone. He has done what I wanted to do. He did not just tell me what to do. He challenged how I thought. He listened. it corrected me, and slowly I began to rise. I began to learn. Looking back now, I realize his words saved me years. Yes, I am not there, but I'm happy and I celebrate every little win, every little progression. I would not have gone this far if there was no mentorship. And here is what I've learned. You can either pay the price of mistakes or pay the price of submission under a mentor. One costs time and pain, the other brings progress and purpose. I tell you, for every area of my life where I feel like, oh, I should have done better, if I seek counsel, scripture says in the multitude of counsel, there is safety, and that is why your mentor is there. Take mentorship serious, and life becomes easy, career becomes easy, purpose becomes lighter. So, how do you find a mentor? The first thing is clarity of purpose. Know what you want. You are not going to tell someone going towards B to mentor you while your journey is taking D. So you have to first of all know what you want. Understand your calling and your purpose. Understand the reason why you need mentor. Know the area where you need a mentor. If you need a mentor in the business side, it would be wrong looking at someone going towards ministry. If you need a mentor in calling and in ministry, it might not be a wise thing to do to pick a businessman as your mentor. So what you want, clarity of purpose, the path you want to tread, then you look for someone already working in that path and follow suit. They will hold you by the hand and they will lead you. Secondly, proximity and observation. Mentors don't always have to know you, and that is the truth. I am here today talking about Moise Moro, whom I've never met physically, who does not even know me. As a matter of fact, at the time I got to know about Moise Moro, it was already late. But today, his book, his resources, his teachings are mentors to me. All of his resources have mentored me. I've listened to countless of his teaching. 80% of his books dominate my library because I have learned a lot from this man. You need the ability to observe, even from afar. Even with a physical mentor whom you have access to from now and then, they will not always talk all the time. Sometimes we learn by observation. There are some things they will not open their mouth to tell you. You watch and you learn. So proximity and observation. When you are close to them, please don't let proximity go into familiarity. The fact that you are close to them, don't forget the purpose. And that is why the first thing you do while looking for a mentor is have a purpose. When you have a purpose in mind, even when you get close to your mentor, when proximity sets in, you ensure that it does not cross over to familiarity. And when you are close to them, keep your eyes open. They will not see everything. And the third one is service. The quickest access to mentorship is service. I know most of the time we walk down to some people and we tell them, please, can you mentor me? I feel it will have been better if you look at their life and say, okay, which area can I offer service to this person? What can I give to this person? One thing I have learned in the journey of my life, especially in this year, is that no matter how big a man is, there's one area where they need help. No matter how big a man is, there is something where you can come in and render service in that manner. I learned this with churches, right? Most people have the mind that if you go to big churches, you're not going to find expression there. But do you know what I observed? Do you know what I discovered? Even in big churches, there's always somewhere where someone is needed. Your impact is needed. Your availability is needed. And the same thing applies to men. There's somewhere where they need your service. So look into the life of that man and begin to fill that loophole. And with time, you get close to them. You begin to learn from them. And this brings about mentorship. And the fourth thing I will mention is honor. What you do not respect, you cannot attract. Any mentorship you are looking at to get, anyone you are looking to mentor you, honor them. Whether they are close to you or they are far away, honor them. Honor is important. Also, not every mentor must be physically present. If they are not physically present, they have books, they have podcasts, they have teachings, they have videos, they have quite a number of resources and materials where you can consistently listen to them. As a matter of fact, no matter how close your mentor is, if they are not talking to you, you are not going to be transformed. The transformation comes when you stay and consistently hear them talk. When you stay and consistently look into their pattern of thought. And they will not always tell you everything. And this brings you to the point of harnessing their materials. Read their books, watch their videos, watch teachings that they have preached. You will hear things that they did not remember to tell you. Right? I have never met Miles Morrow, but his mentorship is alive in his book, his teachings, and his podcasts. Now, why should you have a mentor? When you have a mentor, what is the true fruit of mentorship? When mentorship is done right, here is what happens. You rise faster. Secondly, you think sharper and smarter. You avoid avoidable pain. The truth is, some pains are avoidable. Some mistakes are avoidable. It's painful when you go through some phases in life, coming out of them struggling, and a few years, months down the line, you discover that someone has written it in the pages of books. I don't want to be in that place, right? And because of that, I read as much as possible. You carry the wisdom of generations. These people has cut across different generations, mentored different people, seen different things that you are yet to see. But by listening to them, working side by side with them, listening to their wisdom, drawing from the well of wisdom from them, you will have generational wisdom. You build better. Yes, when you have a mentor, you build better because the path you are going through, they have gone there before and you live with legacy in mind. Yes, because I mentioned earlier that a mentorship shows that you have legacy in mind. So when you have a mentor over you, you yourself live with legacy in mind. As time goes on, as you are being poured into, you are also pouring into someone. And with that, you are building legacy. Look around you. Every top CEO, pastor, inventor, and entrepreneur had someone who helped them see clearer. I have few books I want to recommend. Of course, the books of Miles Morrow are going to be there. First, I have Passing It On by Miles Morrow. And secondly, The Spirit of Leadership by Dr. Miles Morrow. Understanding Your Potential by Dr. Miles Morrow. And I have Mentoring 101 by John C. Maxwell, a major leader in the kingdom as well. My final thought. If you want to live as part of the 1%, mentorship is non-negotiable. Whether you are mentoring someone or you are being mentored. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Diary of the 1%. If you find this useful, subscribe, like, comment, share, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you get notified when the next episode drops. Until next time, keep growing, keep searching, don't relent. Thank you.